You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Alex Nankivell has taken our call on match day. Thanks, mate. It's been a great season for the Chiefs. You reckon you guys have got one more game in you?
Yeah, mate. It's been a long season, but this is why we play rugby, to get to these finals, and the boys are bloody excited. So, yeah, we've definitely got one more in us.
That's good to hear. Well, it's been such a brilliant regular season for the Chiefs. Last couple of weeks have been a bit tougher, though, I think, than some people expected. What have been the main takeaways from the last couple of weeks of playing knockout rugby?
I think just that moments are really crucial in big games. Like, obviously, there's a bit of added pressure because it's knockout rugby. You lose, you go home, and the season's done. So it's really important that we're really switched in and we can win as many small moments as we can in the games.
If we look back to last week against the Brumbies, did they give you maybe a bigger scare than you thought they might, or did you always expect it to be a really, really tough fixture?
No, we're definitely expecting a good challenge. They've also been a top Australian side for a long time now, and they've had an awesome season. Big forward pack, really physical, and they've got good game drivers and Nick White and Jack Debrasini and co. So we're definitely expecting them to come at us hard and give us a good run for our money. So it was a good test for us. Yeah,
well, they certainly did that. And this is undoubtedly a silly question, but how big a challenge do the Crusaders present for you in the grand final?
Yeah, obviously they've been the kind of benchmark, haven't they, for a long time, and the results show that with the amount of championships they won. But I think for us, we wouldn't rather play any team in the final. We love playing the Crusaders. It's a bit of a rivalry going on for the last kind of few years playing them. So it's really exciting, and it's going to be an awesome challenge. Yeah, I
look back at the regular season, Alex, and you've beaten them twice in the regular season. I can't think of any team that's done that, let alone twice or even once in recent years. Does that give you any sort of psychological advantage or any sort of upper hand going into the final?
I think probably more so just gives us confidence that we know we can beat them, know we can our game works, and I think that just gives us confidence going into the game that we can play our game, trust the preparation that we've done, and we know that it works if we get it right. So not too sure about the psychological edge. That you probably have to ask one of them if it does or not, but we're definitely confident, and we know that we can topple them if we're on our game.
Just want to ask you about a couple of your teammates who have caught the eye this year. The first is Damien McKenzie. He's been incredible to watch for rugby fans up and down the country right throughout the Super Rugby season. What's it been like playing alongside him in such scintillating form?
It's pretty awesome, mate. He's obviously world class, and like you said, you've seen how well he's played this year. His attention to detail is second to none, and he's just got insane instincts as a rugby player. So it's pretty cool playing outside him. Obviously, teams playing us, they've got to be really wary of Damo, and that opens up opportunities for us, and the outside backs, as you've seen, they've kind of shined as well because of it. So hopefully he can keep that form going into this final, and then hopefully for the World Cup for his sake.
When he, mentioned him running on instinct, when he does that, what do you do as his teammates? Do you just kind of, stay on his shoulder and just do your best to keep up?
Yeah, you've pretty much nailed it on the head. If we can keep up, you try to just get around him and run off him when he is playing footy. But yeah, he's pretty quick, so sometimes you got to be reading the play pretty well to keep up with him because he's so explosive. But we just try to keep up pretty much.
And the other one is Anton Lienert-Brown, such a solid player for so many years now for the Chiefs, brought up 100 games in Super Rugby this year for the Chiefs, obviously. What sort of midfield partner is Anton Lienert-Brown?
He's just calm. He obviously he's very experienced. He's played at the highest level, and he's really composed and just adds that kind of sense of calm to our backline, which we need. So he nails his job every time. You know what to expect from him, and he's just a really good communicator. So he's been awesome to play with the last few years, and I'm looking forward to one more with him.
Yeah, and what about Quinn Tupaia? We know he's been rehabbing from this injury that's kept him out for the entire season. He must just about be back running sort of full steam now, is he?
Yeah, so he's back fully training. I don't really want to talk for him, but I'm pretty sure he had a specialist appointment last week, and that was really positive. So now he's just got to do 2 weeks of training before he can kind of get into playing again, I think. But mate, he's looking unreal. Hasn't missed a step. Come back faster, stronger than he was before, I think, and he's already tearing up training. So it's exciting to see for the Chiefs going forward, and Waikato and the All Blacks.
That is excellent news. Really, really good to hear. And as far as you're concerned, Alex, there was a period of about sort of 4 weeks, I think, in April when you were out. That was obviously an injury. What sort of injury were you dealing with during that time that kept you out?
Yeah, I just got a bit of a head knock against the Waratahs, and concussion's a bit of a confusing thing at times. There's a bit of a grey area there, so had a bit going on with my eyesight. Like I wasn't really processing lights, and my depth perception was off a bit. So I went and saw a specialist up in Auckland, and she helped me massively to try and we actually rehabilitated my eyes and did a lot of kind of eye rehab, like you probably wouldn't believe, to get them back functioning normally, which helped with my symptoms. So I'm all good now, thankfully.
Eye rehab? I've never heard of it. How do you do eye rehab?
It's pretty much just practicing your focus. So like looking at things in the distance and then narrowing your sight to things a bit closer, doing it one eye, trying to focus on things like on a wall and then come back to like a piece of paper in front of you. So yeah, it's a bit random. It's all about depth perception and just pretty much like what you look at normally in a normal day, but just microing it down and making it really specific and just repeating that. Amazing.
Learn something new every day. It's been an interesting week, obviously. Last Sunday, the All Blacks and All Blacks 15 squads were named. Has there been any challenge around this week with the players who have been named and I guess those who haven't been named in those squads and trying to stay focused on the final?
Yeah, I think it would be false to say there wasn't. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement for the guys that get picked again, and then the new boys. But then also probably a little emotion for the boys that kind of missed out that potentially could have been involved. So we addressed it as a team. We're focused on the final this week, and whatever happens after that, and we can worry about that on Sunday and moving forward. So obviously it's a bit disappointing for the guys that miss out. So it's all about just the focus on this week and each day leading up to the final.
And you're in that All Blacks 15 squad, obviously, for a couple of games in Japan. How much are you looking forward to that little rugby adventure?
Yeah, I'm really excited, It's an awesome opportunity for myself just to put on another black jersey in that AB's 15 team and hang around kind of and behind the scenes. So just really grateful to kind of be picked. I wasn't too sure if they would pick me given that I'm heading overseas. So while I'm here, I want to give it a crack, and I'm really grateful that I get another opportunity to do that.
No, good on you, mate. And just on that, we know you're off to Munster next year, so how desperate are you to seal a Super Rugby title before you go?
Yeah, that's probably a great way to put it. I'm pretty desperate, mate. I'm going to leave it all out on the line this Saturday. Last game for the Chiefs for the foreseeable future, so that'd be a pretty unreal way to finish my time here in New Zealand and at the Chiefs, which has been an awesome journey for myself as a rugby player, but as a person. So, super excited and desperately want to get that win, not only for myself, but a lot of guys in the team that have given so much to the club and that are moving on as well, like Brodie, Brad, and Brad Weber.
Indeed. And just, I spoke to you last year, you probably don't remember, but you told me about how you use your wristband as a bit of a tool to refocus. I remember you said that, in times when you felt like you were losing your focus, you'd give your wristband a little snap as a sort of a physical cue. Is that something that you still do?
Yeah, I probably haven't actually been using it as much of late. Probably a few other things that I've been focusing on in my game, but I get in the red a bit if you're speaking to a few other boys. So they're trying to just keep me calm and keep me in the moment and focus on that and then focus on my next job rather than getting caught up and dwelling on things too much. Yeah,
well, whatever you're doing, mate, it's working. One more game for you in a Chiefs jersey, the Super Rugby final against the Crusaders. Wish you all the best, Alex. Thanks for chatting to us and can't wait to see how it plays out tonight.
Yeah, likewise, mate. Appreciate that. Cheers.
Thank you, mate. That's Alex Nankivell out of the Chiefs camp. 7:05 tonight, full live commentary, Gold Sport and iHeartRadio.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.